Hello and welcome to the Sheriff's Roundup. I'm Sheriff Bill Brown, this time coming to you from a center of activity at Sheriff's Headquarters, our Records Bureau. When you think of the Sheriff's Office, you probably think of our deputies on patrol, custody deputies in the jail, or our bailiffs in court. But a major component of keeping the public safe are the support staff members who make it possible for our sworn personnel to do their jobs and to keep the organization going. In fact, 1/3 of our employees are support personnel. Their assignments run the gamut, from forensics to utility workers, accountants, administrative office professionals, computer service specialists, just to name a few. Here's a look at a few of these important roles.
This law enforcement agency, like most, is a big family. I think of support staff as the backbone of the agency. Our job is to run as seamlessly as possible so the deputies can do their jobs on the street. They shouldn't have to think about it. If they submit it to records, they have to assume it's done and done properly. Criminal Records Bureau entails everything from warrants to the arrest reports that go to the DA's office, citations. We supply the DA with discovery. We give them all of the evidence that they need in order to prosecute. Most things are timely. Have to prioritize what we do, and we have to put the public first. We have some excellent people, and in our way of working the home station, we are able to send the deputies out to do their work without having to be burdened by paperwork and reports, and we do as much as we can so they don't have to.
We're responsible for all the bookings and releases of all the incoming arrestees into the jail. We set up court dates, we take bail, or we process citations if they're approved, and we're responsible for entering all that information into the jail management system. We have to be very detail-oriented. There's not very much room for error, but we have these checks and balances in place so that doesn't happen. I have 26 full-time employees and probably about 10 extra help. We have 4 squads. We're 24/7. We work from 6 to 6. Weekends, holidays, we don't close. We have the public window open 24/7. Bail bondsmen come in at all hours. It takes a certain person to work in there. Not everybody can work that job because it is demanding. The workflow in there is constant. They don't complain, they just try to get the work done. The teams work together, which is really great, trying to help each other if somebody's really busy on a certain desk. And I love seeing that. That's great. They work as a team. They do things out of work as a family. So this is the type of people I have working for me. They're handling it, so it's really great.
Systems and technology for the Sheriff's Department is a little unique for the entire county. Pretty much anything that plugs into a wall that has a data jack attached or connects to the wireless like our MDTs do is responsibility of the Sheriff's Office IT, along with about 220 or so servers. We have 5 computer system specialists and their supervisor, Jerry. And then the management, which is what I do, is all encompassing of the Bureau. And then we have 4 systems engineers as well. And they're kind of the wizards behind the curtain. Security is a huge aspect of what we do. You want to keep your environment and your users safe from attacks, yet you want them to still be able to function and do their jobs. And it's always ever changing, so it's a constant challenge. We have a lot of team members who have been here for a long time. We're very lucky and fortunate that we all work well together. We have a team who genuinely wants to do a good job, which helps a lot. They have a personal strength in doing a good job every day. That makes my job easier because they're already motivated.
We are like the department store for the Sheriff Department. Whenever they need ticket books, uniforms, they come to us, and we distribute to all the substations in the county of Santa Barbara. It's a lot. We are the backbone for the department, and it's a lot of work, but hey, we take care of business. We do the car wash for the swap program. We take care of our black and whites. We do the detective cars, sheriff, undersheriffs. All the people we get from swap is great. They do community service. Instead of doing time in jail, they come out and they pay for this program. And they learn how to do detailing from A to B. I show them how to do it. Our black and whites need to be cleaned. That's my priority, black and whites. I think it just makes the department look good.
Thank you to all of our support personnel. You truly are the glue that holds us all together, and because of you, Santa Barbara County is a safer place. We're fortunate to have some great new employees who have joined our team, many of them in support roles. In June, we welcomed 24 new employees at a special ceremony at the Earl Warren Showgrounds. The new team members included Deputy Sheriff Tori Dunn and Custody Deputy Braulio Martinez, Administrative Office Professional Bridget Williams, Financial Office Professional Margaret Santamaria, and Legal Office Professional Anna Joyce. We also welcomed Alcohol and Drug Counselor Lindsay Gong, Computer Systems Specialist Kelly Hopwood, Accountant Eduardo Lozado, and utility workers Shelby Angelo, Miranda Baez, and Javier Ibarra. We also hired 3 new dispatchers, including Jamila Jabali, Karina Nunez, and Nicole Sagisi. The Sheriff's Office added 2 new job classifications and hired our first emergency communications call takers, Jenna Clark and Cloud Winter. We also welcomed a group of Sheriff's Service technicians, including Luis Areola, Ignacio Loza, Samehi Madrigal, James Nelson, Ryan Rios, Feliciano Sereno, and Christopher Tario. We wish all of our new hires a great career ahead with the Sheriff's Office. For a rewarding career where you can make a difference, join our team. To find out about the perfect opportunity for you, go to our website at www.sbsheriff.org and click on the Join Us section. We're also pleased to welcome our new canine team. Deputy Moore and Canine Chop are off to a great start and are quite a team already. Here's Deputy Moore to introduce us to his new partner and his new best friend, Canine Chop.
At the beginning of March, started my patrol school with my new partner, Chop. Chop is a about 2-year-old German Shepherd. Foos! I probably have it a little easier than most with Chop. He's very friendly, he's very accepting of other people, and it's made it easy for us to kind of begin that bonding process. And it's going to take time, but recently he's been showing a lot more love and friendship towards everyone around him, while still being able to focus when he needs to and work when he needs to. He's very mellow. He gets along with everybody. He's got an old street dog bark, so when he shows it, which is rare because he's quiet right now, just laying out in the back, but when he's ready to go, he's ready to go, and it's a fun thing to watch. We kind of work in unison, so he feeds off me, I'll feed off him when we're looking for people. We'll just in turn spend our entire career learning each other better and better, and just becoming more effective as a unit. He lives with me, and I live up in North County. He stays in a kennel at the house, and from there we go to work, whatever assignment we are, whether it's a call out in the middle of the night or we're going to our regular patrol shift in Goleta. He's my partner from now on. Chop, foos. Good boy. Seats. So we start very basic with open area searches, and eventually he's going to be trained in hard surface tracking. After that, we're going to do dope school. We'll be a dope team. Our partners on patrol and narcotics units can use us to help find narcotics for their searches or warrants. We keep it fun, we keep him happy, and he'll be a great dog. Oh, buddy. Yeah, good job. Good job, bud. A lot of what I learned started early on before I even got a dog. And we have numerous senior handlers, and one in particular, Ken Rushing, took me under his wing when I was a newer deputy, and I told him, hey, this is probably something I want to do. He got me into the agitator school. I started laying tracks for his dog, Akko, who just recently retired. And I started kind of picking his mind at what it would be like to be a handler and what I should prepare myself for as a future handler. And so it was stuff like that with Ken and with other handlers that really kind of molded me into the deputy that I am now and the canine handler that I'm becoming, as it's all just stages in what we do and how we can better ourselves in our position. Canine 4 code 9. As long as I'm going around and I look in the car and I can see him watching me, looking at the people around me, I know he's doing what he's supposed to do. So I'll come back and pet him on the head, tell him he's a good boy, and make sure he knows what he's doing is what I want him to be doing. So if I need to, if I'm fighting somebody and I need him to come rescue me, I can push a button, door slides open, and he'll come help me. I'm Deputy Moore at the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office. The only reason I'm stopping you is because you got a brake light out. Do you have a valid driver's license?
I do.
All right. See, that gentleman had a tail light out, and so I went to go stop him, and as soon as Chop saw me pick up my radio and start looking forward, he stood up and was watching me, paying attention, so that's good. Okay. Good boy. I always have a backup, and my backup has a lot of fur and 4 legs. I love it. This is what I've always wanted to do. Being able to accomplish that goal and then add a goal on top of that of becoming a canine handler and working with Chop it's very rewarding, and so it feels good to be able to use that accomplishment to not only better the community that I grew up in, but be a more effective law enforcement officer for this community.
Chop is the second canine recently purchased thanks to the generosity of a Carpinteria couple, Reese and Christine Duca. The couple, who witnessed a sheriff's canine locate wanted suspects hiding underneath their home, have made 2 large donations to the Sheriff's Benevolent Posse's Project Deputy Dog program. Their generosity made it possible for us to purchase Duke and now Chop, who is named after a loyal childhood friend of the Ducas. The Sheriff's Benevolent Posse is raising funds to purchase a second narcotics canine for the Northern Branch Jail when it opens. If you would like to donate to Project Deputy Dog, please go to www.sbsheriffsposse.org. Just as an example of how effective jail narcotic detector dogs can be, Canine Crypto has made more than 100 fines of contraband in just his first 7 months on the job. Way to go, Crypto and handler Custody Deputy for making the jail a safer place for everyone. The Sheriff's Office has recently seen a number of residential and commercial burglaries countywide. We don't want any of our residents or businesses to become victims of burglary or theft. For this edition of Focus on Safety, Sergeant Dan Calderon has some safety tips on how to safeguard your home or business from thieves.
In today's Focus on Safety, we want to talk about some very simple and very effective things that you can do to prevent burglaries and to keep your home safer and more secure. Some of the things that you can do that are really quite simple: lock your windows and doors. If you're going to really want to secure sliding doors, sometimes you can get a dowel or get something from a hardware store that's specifically made to keep those doors more secure. It's very tempting to leave those windows and doors open at night, but at the same time, it invites burglars and other people that you may not want in your residence. Another really simple thing you can do is just have some lighting on in your house. In your residence, you can have some table lamps and some things that are adjusted by timers, going on and off at various times, and things of that nature to make it look like your house is lived in somebody's home. Another thing you can do for the exterior is motion lights. That deters crime. Another thing that we see with folks is that they share a lot on social media. Everybody's going on vacation this time of year, and a lot of people are out and they want to share their trip and they want to share their photos. It can be a double-edged sword because that also lets people know that you're away from your residence. Maybe wait till you get home to share those photos with your family and friends. Another thing that we like to tell people to do is if they have a newspaper delivery or mail service, maybe have that mail service delayed while they're away, or have a trusted neighbor pick up those newspapers and pick up the mail for you in your absence. There's a lot of security systems out there right now. There's things that you can attach to your doorbell. There's a lot of surveillance cameras and things that have apps that you can use via your telephone. Another thing that we offer at the Sheriff's Office is a vacation check. You can call our Sheriff's Dispatch and let them know that you're going to be gone. A deputy would be very happy to come out and check your residence for you. And even with all of these preventative measures, we have seen an increase in burglaries. If there's a burglary or some sort of forced entry to your residence, call the sheriff's office immediately. Don't go into your residence. We'll search the residence and make sure that you're safe.
Thanks, Sergeant Calderon, for those great tips. A number of citizens know more about what it takes to keep them safe after an eye-opening experience. 38 Santa Barbara County residents graduated recently from the Santa Barbara County Citizens Academy. The participants from all walks of life spent 8 weeks learning about different facets of law enforcement, and all agreed they're glad that they signed up.
I wanted to learn more about what was going on in our community, and I thought this was a great experience to be able to sit and talk with cops and see what they go through. It completely changed my view of what law enforcement is.
We got to enter scenarios. So in those scenarios, we got to see, what the work of a cop is really like.
I really just wanted a little bit of insight, and I got way more than I asked for. It's an amazing experience. I think I have a little bit more knowledge of what goes on, and to hear what these guys, the training they have to go through and the preparation is amazing.
Thanks to everyone who helped make this great interactive learning experience possible. A group of 22 inmates also had a great learning experience by participating in the Sheriff's Treatment Program. The inmates learned skills to help them make better choices when they're released. This was one of our largest graduating classes ever. Santa Barbara County Supervisors Greg Hart and Das Williams helped pass out graduation certificates.
I just want to thank you on behalf of the kids, whether you have one now or someday, because it'll make all the difference for them.
Thanks to them, and congratulations to the graduates. The Sheriff's Office celebrated a number of other important graduations this past quarter. We welcomed Deputy Ana Caranco, who graduated from the Ventura County Criminal Justice Training Academy. We also welcomed 4 sheriff's deputies who graduated from the Allen Hancock Law Enforcement Academy. At the ceremony, Deputy Janet Reynoso received the Class Leadership Award. Deputy Travis Foltz received the Top Shot and Arrest and Control Awards, and he was selected to receive the Footprinters Scholarship.
People want to know who we are.
13 custody deputies graduated from the Allen Hancock Corps Custody Deputy Academy. Congratulations to standout Jessica Standifer, who was chosen as the class valedictorian and most inspirational trainee. Custody Deputy Miguel Ortiz received the Leadership Award. We are so delighted to have these talented new members on our team, and we wish them a great career ahead. Speaking of great careers, we want to congratulate 8 of our employees who were recently promoted, including our first ever civilian forensic supervisor, Nancy Fabella. Seth Woodle was promoted to sergeant. On the custody side, Ryan Sullivan was promoted to custody commander, and both Salim Selmeta and Bobby Cobb were promoted to custody lieutenant. Both Ronald Sanders and Scott Chapman were promoted to custody sergeant. We also want to recognize the retirement of a vital member of our team who contributed a great deal during her 36 years of service to the Sheriff's Office. Colleagues surprised Kathy Dorsey with a retirement party to thank her for all she has done. Thank you for your service, Kathy. We wish you a well-deserved and enjoyable retirement. Every day, Sheriff's employees go above and beyond to help others who are in need, and each year, the Sheriff's Office takes time out to recognize exemplary performance by some of our own. At our 2018 Department Awards ceremony, many of those honored were recognized for their responses during the Thomas Fire and debris flow. For the second time in the history of the Sheriff's Office, a major incident commendation bar was given to all Sheriff's employees and to other public safety first responders who were involved in handling these disasters. The Medal of Valor was given to 6 members of the Santa Barbara County Sheriff Fire Air Support Unit for their heroic response to the 1-9 debris flow. Sheriff's Special Duty Deputy Pilot George DeLuca, Santa Barbara County Fire Pilot Matthew Udkow, Santa Barbara County Fire Captains Glenn DuPont, Thomas Wade, and Santa Barbara County firefighter paramedics Bruce Myers and Bryce Wibble were all recognized for conducting emergency evacuations. These team members flew in very hazardous conditions and performed hoist rescues from rooftops to reach stranded and injured victims. The Special Enforcement Team received a unit citation for its efforts to rescue and evacuate people in the hours and days following the 1-9 debris flow. A Certificate of Merit award was given to the proprietor of the Village Wine and Cheese Shop in Montecito, Patrick Braid, and his employees for opening their doors to responders and residents alike during the disasters. A Medal of Courage award was given to Custody Deputy Zachary Salce, and his girlfriend, Madison Henslin, was recognized with an Exemplary Citizen Award for helping to rescue a woman trapped in an apartment fire. Custody Deputy Salce was also honored with the prestigious H. Thomas Geary Award for Valor for his brave actions. Sergeant Brian Dickey was given a Sheriff's Medal of Courage for convincing a suicidal man with a loaded gun to drop his weapon. Sergeant Dickey also received the H. Thomas Geary Award for superior performance for his actions in this and many other situations. 4 more Medals of Courage were given to deputies who responded to what ended up being a triple homicide in Orcutt. Acting Sergeant Dan Nelson, deputies James Ferber, Mark Rigger, and Michael McNeil were confronted with the armed suspect inside a home, and their resolute actions led to his containment. Life-saving awards were given to deputies Shay Green and Jessica Rios for helping save a woman who had attempted suicide. Deputy Rios also received a second life-saving award for helping an elderly man who was choking. Sheriff's commendations were given to 11 deputies who deployed naloxone to save overdose patients. An Exceptional Citizen Award was presented to Dave Welby of Santa Ynez for rescuing a suicidal woman on an overpass. Exceptional Citizen Awards were also given to Julio Rodriguez and Alex Knightley for helping officers contain suspects in 2 separate dangerous situations in Isla Vista. Former Undersheriff Barney Malekian was recognized with a Distinguished Service Medal for his service to our organization and others during his 40-plus year law enforcement career. Longtime administrative office professional Eveline Treen was also recognized with a Distinguished Service Medal for her long history of work with our Sister Cities program. Meritorious Service Medals were given to Lieutenant Eddie Shui for helping develop our Crisis Intervention Program and Behavioral Sciences Unit, to retired Lieutenant Brad McVeigh for his work with our contract cities, and to Custody Deputy Crystal Batterson for her tireless work conducting in-depth jail investigations. Lastly, CPR Saves and Stork Awards were presented to a group of communications dispatchers who helped save or deliver a life. Congratulations to all of our award recipients. You make us proud. It's hard to believe that it has been 5 years since we experienced one of the most tragic events our county has ever seen. On May 24, people gathered in Isla Vista to remember the 6 UCSB students who were killed in the Isla Vista mass murders. Participants held a walk and vigil in honor of these innocent lives lost in such a senseless tragedy.
And it was, and it is, an honor and a privilege to be counted as even a small piece of this community. Isla Vista, you are the template. You are a gift, and we love you.
We're pleased to report that it was another relatively quiet Deltopia in Isla Vista this year. The once historically rowdy, unsanctioned spring break event was uneventful for the most part. The crowd was estimated to be approximately 12,000 to 15,000 people, which was an increase from last year, but dramatically lower than in 2014, when more than 20,000 people attended. Still, over the weekend, more than 90 people were cited, 38 were arrested, and 19 were transported to the hospital for alcohol and/or drug problems. The good news is that overall, partygoers were respectful, cooperative, and well-behaved. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of the continued effort to keep Isla Vista safe. In an effort to cut down problems associated with large parties in Isla Vista, we're pleased to have started a party registration program. Isla Vista residents can now register their party ahead of time with the Sheriff's Office. And if there are noise complaints or issues, a deputy will contact the party host via cell phone, and they'll have 20 minutes to shut the party down. To find out more, go to the Isla Vista Foot Patrol page on our website at www.sbsheriff.org.
There's a lot of blood. You can hurry. No, they're on their way. Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
Carpinteria High School students will think twice before drinking or doing drugs and driving after experiencing the powerful Every 15 Minutes program. Pre-selected students participated in a simulated drunk driving collision on campus that involved fatalities and injuries. Sheriff's deputies and other public safety officials were involved in making the scenario as real as possible, from the accident to the aftermath to the funeral service the next day. So real, in fact, that it is sure to have a lasting impact on everyone who was a part of it.
Pretty scary actually, because even though it wasn't real, it still made me cry a lot.
The program is presented at different local high schools each year. The title of Every 15 Minutes comes from the estimate that every 15 minutes there's a fatal collision. In California, about 30% of all traffic fatalities are the result of a driver under the influence. This program takes a lot of coordination on the part of many people, so our deep thanks to everyone involved in putting it together. Our Santa Barbara County Sheriff Fire Air Support Unit recently hosted a unique training opportunity that brought law enforcement air crews in from all over the region. The fly-in focused on the tactical flight officer and situational awareness using technology, including forward-looking infrared and moving maps, to assist in locating individuals on the ground. Various agencies flew in 8 helicopters and 5 fixed-wing aircraft to Santa Ynez Airport. It was a great chance for the various agencies to meet face-to-face and share information. Next year's fly-in is already being planned. And finally, the Sheriff's Office once again enjoyed participating in another important tradition. More than 70 volunteer runners from 7 South County agencies participated in the Law Enforcement Torch Run to benefit Special Olympics. Sheriff's Office employees took turns running with the Flame of Hope. This was a special year for the Torch Run, as it is the 50th anniversary of Special Olympics, and the final leg ceremony was held at Sheriff's Office headquarters.
The mission of Law Enforcement Torch Run is a partnership of communities, law enforcement agencies, and Special Olympics program with the goal of raising funds and public awareness for Special Olympics Southern California while enhancing the quality of life for our athletes. That's what it's all about.
Thanks to Lieutenant Butch Arnoldi for coordinating our efforts in keeping the Sheriff's Office involved with this and many other Special Olympics events throughout the years. We're proud to be a part of supporting these amazing athletes. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Sheriff's Roundup. Until next time, stay safe, thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting us as we protect your safety.